Hey everyone, this is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a fabulous day, and if you're not, then hopefully this will distract you for a little bit. So today I decided to build the pastel house of my dreams, and I had actually a lot of fun with this build. Actually, I was surprised with how quickly it went. I added up all of my recordings, and it ended up only taking about an hour and 40 minutes maybe, so really not all that long, which is surprising. Normally it takes me like several hours, usually at least 2, maybe 3 or more, to actually finish a full house inside and out. To be fair, this is only a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, so it's not huge. It's not a big house. It was still kind of a challenge. Actually, I've really been into building smaller houses lately, if only because it's more of a challenge to fit everything in there. So I did end up deciding to go with yellow on the outside of the house. I actually really like yellow houses. I don't know what it is about it. I guess it's just a really fun, vibrant color, and it just makes me happy. But whatever the reason, I ended up going with yellow, and I think I killed it. So, how is everyone doing? Hopefully well. I've been doing pretty good. I plan on doing my first Twitch stream sometime in the next couple weeks. I need to talk to some friends and do a little more research just to make sure I know what I'm doing so I don't make myself look like an idiot, which I probably will anyway, but at least I will have tried. An effort will have been made. Yeah, so when I laid out the house, I decided to go ahead and leave the porch area out front on the extended portion of the house, since I already kind of made the layout planned with the living area on one side and the bedroom and bathroom on the other. So I kind of already had that in my head, so I was like, I don't really want to change that all around. I ended up going with green trim. I was not expecting that. Usually I'm not a huge green person, but for some reason I felt like it really worked well. But I just think it looked so great with the yellow siding. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but it works. So that's what I went for. So here lately, I've actually developed TMJ from just generally having, anxiety and being stressed. So TMJ is temporomandibular joint disorder, and the temporomandibular joint is the joint that connects your jaw to your head, to your skull. So I've had this once before in my life. It was a couple years ago. I was in undergrad still, and I was taking a chemistry class, and it was like the most intense class I've ever had in my life. And this was the issue. The issue was that our university is known for their nursing program, and so a lot of our science courses are geared towards nursing students. And for some reason, the nursing program wanted 2 chemistry courses to be shoved into one semester. I don't know. I still don't understand why. Unless they were using it as a weeder. I don't get it. But it was ridiculous. It was, and I at this point had been in college for over 3 years. And I was like, oh, well, it's an intro chemistry class. It's not going to be like in the end of the world. I know how to study. I know how to do homework. I know what works for me because I've been doing this for a while. But no, this was ridiculous. Like, we're talking, you had homework online, you had homework for the labs, you had homework from the book, and like just the problems online. Like, these problems would take like 30 minutes to answer sometimes, and there would be like 20 of them, and it's like a week, and it's like in addition to the other load that you have for the labs every week. It was just ridiculous. We did like we were supposed to be doing an entire chemistry textbook in one semester, which is, if you've been in college, at least in the US, you know that typically you wouldn't do an entire book in one semester unless it's a fairly small book. So this was really bizarre. It was really frustrating. And actually, even the professor was pretty not thrilled about it. And she even said that her and her faculty, the other faculty members in the chemistry department, were like, yeah, we're going to try to get them to split that up into 2 because that is too much for any mere mortal to be trying to actually do, unless you are just excellent at chemistry, which I'm going to tell you right now, most people are not great at chemistry. I'm not great at chemistry. If you're great at chemistry, that is great for you. Just know you are probably in the minority, because most of the people, at least most of the people in the class that I was in, were struggling just to do like the simple stuff, let alone actually get all of the work done. I don't know how anyone, I mean, unless that is the only class you were taking, I don't know how anyone could do that, because I had more work in that one class than I did in my 4 other classes combined that I was taking that semester. It was just ridiculous. Needless to say, I did end up dropping that class, and I do not regret it. I was taking it because I was thinking about doing nutrition in graduate school, but then, that was kind of a no-go since I couldn't take the chemistry. But that's fine. You got to learn how to pivot in life, and I think I did. I ended up going for an MBA, and I really enjoy the program I'm in. I really enjoy what I'm learning. I still learn about nutrition on the side, however I want and whenever I have the time to do it. So, no real loss there. Moving back to the build here. So in the kitchen, I decided to use I think that's mint green. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's mint green appliances in the kitchen. And even though the seats, the stools at that little island don't really match, I still think it ended up looking pretty cohesive. So it's getting to be that time of year. It's fall. It's getting cold where I am. It's actually getting down to 28 degrees tonight. So we actually are getting a fire log so we can have a fire in the fireplace tonight, and I'm so excited. There is just something about having a fire in the fireplace in the fall that is just so great. It's so perfect. So like I said, I've really been enjoying lately working with small spaces, and this living area was definitely a challenge for me because it was very tight and I wasn't really sure how to make it work. And you can see that I'm having a hard time placing a side table and the chair that goes with that love seat. And I did decide to go with a green theme overall because I'm pretty sure that wallpaper is green. I'm not 100% sure. It could be blue, but it looks cohesive, so who cares? But yes, I did end up using plants on either side of the love seat, and then using the foyer table behind it, and then put the chair in the corner. And then I put a little light there too. So I don't know if any of you guys have the same issue, and maybe it's just that I'm not placing them great, but I have a hard time with like fixtures that aren't the ones, light fixtures that aren't the ones that are in the ceiling, those tiny saucer things, or the bigger saucer ones that are like really bright and give a lot of light, because if I use just the regular ones, then it's like it's never bright enough. You just can't get the brightness, or the light fixtures that I want to use don't come in the color, like the light color that I want. I really do not like yellow lighting a whole lot, or really any color lighting besides white. So it's very hard for me to make a room that is bright enough with just regular light fixtures, unless I use the saucer lights in the ceiling as well. And I did decide to not use curtains in the living area just because I really wanted it to be nice and bright and have all that light from the windows. And now that I have a better computer, the lighting looks a lot better in my game. So I was like, oh, I really want to keep that. I don't want anything to get in the way of that. However, in the bedroom, I did end up using curtains, as you can see. Mainly because I feel like in the bedroom, it looks almost weird to not have curtains now that I've gotten into using curtains. Because, how are you going to block out the sun in the morning? Like, I know it's The Sims, but like, I still need some realism here, just a little bit, not too much, because like reality is pretty crazy already. I don't want too much of it in there. And if you hear my cat, yes, he is crying at my door. Yes, he probably would come in and then immediately want back out again, so I'm not letting him in. Oh my gosh, I love that lighting right there. Like just that little sliver of lighting. Oh, it's so beautiful. And now we're in the bathroom. And I had a hard time orientating this, like deciding where I wanted. I really like having that sink layout where you have like 3 countertops and then the sink in the middle. Something about, obviously it's because it's symmetrical and the human mind likes symmetrical things. But the issue I had was I didn't know which wall I wanted to put it on, because if I put it on the wall that I ended up putting it on, I was kind of worried that it would look weird because there's that corner between this side of the left side of the countertop and the tub. There's just a weird corner there. But I was just like, whatever. Now I'm looking back on it, I probably should have put like a plant there or something. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, there's another good old Southern way of saying things, isn't it? Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Did you eat yet? Did you eat yet, basically? I mean, oh wow, I just noticed that if you sit in the toilet, you can directly look at yourself in that mirror. Wonderful. Great. That's the kind of like self-confidence I'm looking for in my Sims and in my own life. That's the energy I want in my own life. I want to look myself dead in the eye while I'm taking a dookie. Just full on eye contact first thing in the morning and say, I love that bitch. That's the energy I'm going for in 2020. So then I did up my porch area with a little bench, some plants, and a little table. I don't feel like you hear a lot about having porches in the backyard as much. I could be wrong. I don't feel like I've seen a ton of them, but I really like the aesthetic. Also, I absolutely love that wreath on the front door. I love the colors in it. It just makes me so happy. And I added a little pot out back so they can, practice their horticultural skills. Is that horticulture? Hold up just a second. Yes, horticulture is in fact the art or practice of garden cultivation and management. So I know it's technically not a garden if it's just a pot, but it's close enough. I really did not know what to do with the walkway leading up to the stairs to the front door. I think I ended up choosing to do nothing there. Maybe? Or did I leave that? I don't remember. And I just did this build like 2 days ago and I don't remember. Oh my. But I really like the walkway that I did in the backyard. I kind of just had it go off as if it would continue off the plot of land because I didn't really know what else to do with it. So that's what I did. And honestly, I think it looks fine. Also, this is my first time using columns in the corner of the house, and I really think it looks great. I'd seen other simmers do it, so I tried it, and I love it. I'm never going back. So this is getting really close to the end of the build, and I will take you in a walkthrough here in just a second. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon so you can see my new Sims content every week. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!